G'day guys and welcome to another Feedback Friday here at ZUU, your home of bodyweight training. Guys, Feedback Friday is where I read different stories or testimonials or tell you experiences about ZUU for you to really understand the depth and breadth of ZUU and the impact it can have on people's lives. So to get us going, last week I only did one, I'll try and get through two this week. To get us going guys, I want to start with a testimonial that came in from Mr. Kevin Mialamu. And if you know anything about rugby, he doesn't need any introduction. For those of you who don't know Kevin or don't know rugby, just type in Kevin Mialamu on the internet, played for the All Blacks, and you'll know who I'm talking about. So this came in from Kevin, and I'll just read it straight to you. And it says, as a 16-year professional rugby player and blessed to play 14 years at the highest level, which is international for my sport as an athlete, I was lucky enough to be exposed to ZUU movement. And I believe, along with my current training regime, ZUU gave me the ability to add to my tools of becoming a better athlete. Understanding ZUU gave me the ability to add full body mobilization movements that were low impact on the body. Very important, right? Low impact. It gave me the benefit of working through some better range of movement, which gave great balance to the strength and conditioning program that I would execute as a professional. I would like to add to that it can also be a great conditioning aspect of this training to athletes and trainers if they choose to use ZUU. But the focus on injury prevention and building great team culture is also of huge benefit. Kevin Mialamu. Guys, Kevin is up here. Professional player for over a decade, very well versed. All Blacks, they set the bar for team culture. Kevin is one of the most humble men I've ever met, and if you have the privilege of meeting or training with Kevin, you'll understand very quickly. He's a humble man. He's about community. He's about culture. And I've talked with Kevin about the impact ZUU is having in his community, along with what he's doing in bringing people together. Because ZUU is about people first, fitness second. So in this testimonial, we see Kevin talking about ZUU being used for fitness, as a fitness regime for mobility, for low impact. You can also use it for conditioning, but there's also this team camaraderie, this culture component. So that one's from Mr. Kevin Mialamu. And guys, the other one I want to talk to you about is a little bit more recent over here in the USA. Again, we've got so many to get through, but I'd like to share this one with you. I met this man, his name's Chuck. I met him at a hotel gym. I was training in the gym. Chuck, in his early 50s, big man. When I walked in, I thought, he's an ex-player, obviously, and he was throwing weights around. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Chuck came over to me and he said, "You're obviously a practitioner in movement." And I said, "Well, I like to train." And he said, "Mate, can you show me some things? If someone goes out of their way," because I normally go out of my way, right, to talk to people and empower them. But if someone comes out of their way to talk to me, I just stop everything I'm doing, immediately stop to empower this person. So I immediately stopped. Chuck and I are very close friends now. And I shared 20 minutes with Chuck. He had just had a hip replacement. Actually, he's probably 18 months into his replacement of his hip. He hadn't been able to train. Anyway, again, to cut a long story short, we trained for 20 minutes. I did an interview with him. We've got so much content out there, but you'll hear Chuck talking about the effect it had. And at the end, or while we were training, he jogged to the water fountain inside the gym, which was only about 15-20 meters away. He jogged there in between our sets and he jogged back, and then he just went, "Nathan, I haven't jogged since I've had this hip replacement, and it's just hit me that I just jogged to the water fountain. Are you kidding me?" Are you kidding me? Guys, just in 10-15 minutes of doing a bit of strength conditioning work, but mobility that's low impact, without even thinking, giving his body what it wants, which is movement, he jogged to the water fountain and came back. Now guys, I was speaking to Chuck recently, and he is now playing. He's now playing golf with a better handicap than he had 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And I said to him, "Mate, what is the only thing that has changed?" And he said, ZUU. ZUU is the only thing that has changed for me, and I do it religiously. My other hip replacement, we're putting that off. My hip now feels better than it did years before I ever thought I needed a replacement. So guys, what are we talking about there? We're not really talking about the strength, conditioning or any of that. We're talking about quality of life for a human. Does that make sense? And because we've inspired him, what do you think he will do? The philosophy of ZUU, and please, you need to understand this. ZUU is underpinned by philosophies and values. Truth, respect, honor, humility, all these values. But the philosophy of ZUU is if you inspire one, well, you have the opportunity to inspire many through this one person. And that's how it spreads, because people still buy people. For me, the world is moving towards technology. That's cool. Wearable tech, how do I track all these results and all the rest of it? I'm walking the other path. And so are we in our community, where it's bringing people together, because people still buy people. Okay, guys, keep sending in messages, emails, keep sending them in. And guys, I want to finish with this. I can't stress enough, you need to be finding our ZUU affiliates, because they are the ones that can empower you. These videos is a wonderful tool for you to hear about it, but the endeavor is for you guys to search. So please go onto our website, there's a link below, click on the website and search for our ZUU affiliates, please, because they're the ones who can help empower you with movement. They're the ones who can help you feel the culture. Culture is very hard to articulate. It's something that needs to be felt. They're the ones who can bring you together inside their wonderful, vibrant communities in the family of ZUU. So please, guys, search for our ZUU affiliates. If you're a coach and trainer, as always, look for our live certifications. And if you like what you see here, please subscribe, like, leave a comment below, share with your friends and family. And that's Feedback Friday here at ZUU, your home of bodyweight training. Get a touch. Saboya.